Good afternoon. In today's video, I wanted to do something a little different. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be working on this Trident Maple. It is about the time that you can defoliate these Tridents. By defoliating them, it allows you to push the budding back into the tree and also allow the inner nodes to be closer together and smaller to allow nice compact growth. This tree was given to me by a member of the society. Her name is Jane. She's very nice to have given me this tree, and I hope that I'm able to take as good of care of it as she has. What we want to do with this tree, as you can see in a moment, you'll see how aged the bark is. This is an old tree, so trying to get growth closer to the trunk is going to be a little bit difficult just because of the age of the tree. But by doing that, we'll be allowed to get smaller leaves. As you can see, some of these leaves are rather large. This will encourage smaller leaf growth. With Tridents, you can only do a defoliation or a partial defoliation maybe twice a year, in the mid to late spring to probably September, at least in this region of the southeast. So in this video, I'm going to go through the process of defoliating this tree, let you see the beginning, the middle, and the end of the transformation of this tree, and then maybe in a future video we will get a status update on this tree. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and let's get into it. As we begin looking at this tree, as you can probably see, there is some kind of damaged leaves and everything. I believe this is from the frost that came through kind of late March, early April, and so some of these leaves have gotten damaged from that. So part of this defoliation that will allow us to remove some of these leaves that were damaged, that are actually not going to kind of recover or clean up in any way. So this will kind of allow them to grow newer leaves. With the partial defoliation of a Trident, there's a couple ways that you can perform this. You can easily go in here and grab a leaf and kind of take the leaf off. You want to leave a stem on here. If you just rip the leaf off at the base, you're going to damage the new node that is being developed there. So these new nodes that will pop out at the leaves, at the base of the leaf, for the next leaf structure, if you just pull it off at the base, you're going to damage that node and you're not going to get any new leaf growth from there. So you can go in here and you can just pluck off the leaves at the ends, or you can go in with either a pair of scissors or small scissors like these and just go in and trim these off. And we're going to go through, and a lot of these larger leaves, older leaves that have hardened off, that's the other kind of point with this, is you want to wait until the leaves have hardened off, where they get like this glossy kind of look to them. So if we look to the back here, some of these, they have a kind of a rough texture and they have a glossy kind of look to them. That means they've hardened off, and you're able to go in here and then do the defoliation process. So we will go through and we will remove all these larger leaves. We're going to keep a lot of these newer leaves that have come out. We're not going to remove those, and we're not going to do any kind of major pruning of this tree in this part. The other thing by doing this is you're going to allow light to come into these inner branches and allow the branches to back bud. And so by allowing more light into the interior of the tree will help increase the likelihood of back budding, which is allowing potentially buds to pop out even back here in this older wood. The likelihood of that happening will probably be rare with this being an older tree. And I believe this is also an air layering off of a older tree that she had. So I'm not sure that we're gonna get buds all the way back here, but you never know. We have completed the defoliation process. Again, this is a partial defoliation of a trident. The purpose for this is to allow tighter growth in the interior, allow more light to come through, and kind of help the tree understand we want small leaves like this to be prominent, not big leaves that we kind of remove like this. So when working with bonsai, ideally to have the leaves proportionate to the size of the tree will help give the effect of a tree in nature. And so I did a little bit of trimming to kind of help kind of distinguish the different leaf pads. A couple of them I left a little long just to make sure those branches did not die off in the process, that they still have some leaf on there to allow it to back bud. Like for example, this one right here, I'll probably leave these on, make sure that this is going to continue growing, and I'll probably actually cut it back down to here once I see new buds start to pop out down here. Same thing with this one here. I will probably take it back. It's probably about right here or even back to here, but I want to make sure that this little branch here survives. The next step that you want to do when you defoliate a trident maple is you want to keep it in full shade for at least 2 to 3 weeks to allow the growth to come back. If you put this out in the sun like it is, all these new leaves and stuff will get burned and potentially die off, which will affect the tree's recovery from this process. But hopefully we can stimulate the new growth and tighter branching in this tree. As we do a kind of rotation of the tree, you can see here's another example, kind of these long inner nodes in between them. We want to get inner nodes that are tight, close to the branch structure. Ideally, this pad will be pushed all the way back down to here, and all the clump growth will be in this little section here. But because we've allowed this to grow out, these nodes have extended. So once I have confirmed that these back here are pushing out new buds, I'll probably trim this back all the way back down there. Same thing with this one, just to push the growth back to closer to the tree as possible. And so hopefully in this process as well, we have these long kind of branches that are further away from the tree. Hopefully by doing this also will encourage sunlight to come in and potentially allow buds to produce further back here on the tree to allow us to kind of reduce the width of the tree even more closer to the tree and give it a more kind of compact structure. I hope in today's video you were able to kind of get some information on how to defoliate a trident maple. The tools that you'll only be needing is just a pair of small scissors or your hands to pull off the leaves. Again, you want to leave the little leaf stem to not damage the node at the base of the leaf to allow new leaves to grow in and back bud. Again, I hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.